So, a very good morning. So, today we are at the last part of financial statement analysis. In the previous class, we have seen common size statement, and the last part is the trend analysis. So, we are looking at the chapter called trend analysis. The first point, when we look at financial statement analysis, I said there are various methods for analyzing financial statements: comparative statement, common size statement, ratio analysis, cash flow analysis. And there is one concept called trend analysis which comes under common size statement. Now the question comes, what is trend analysis? Generally, in comparative statements and common size statements, we take all the transactions in the profit and loss account and all the transactions in the balance sheet, and you calculate the percentages. Whether it's absolute change in rupees and percentage, in common size you calculate only the percentage. And with basis on that, we make our decisions. We interpret and make our decisions. But generally, all the transactions are not significant when you want to make a particular decision. So depending upon the scope of your decision making, you only take those transactions which are related to that scope of decision making, and you try to find a trend and then you analyze it accordingly. So that is what we do in trend analysis. So we don't consider all the transaction financial trend statements. We pick out only those transactions that are related to the scope of decision making, and we try to find out the trend percentages accordingly. So under trend analysis, what we do is first we take selected business transactions. We take selected business transactions. Next, we take the data for 4 years, 5 years, 6 years plus. It depends. Minimum they try to take 4 years or 5 and 6 years. And for this data, we calculate the trend percentages. This trend percentage can either be an increasing trend or a decreasing trend or a fluctuating trend. So it can be any of the following. So what we do is we select particular business transactions. We collect the data for that business transaction for a couple of years, 4, 5, 6 years, 4, 5, 6 years plus, or whatever it is. And for this data, we calculate a trend percentage. The trend percentage can show an increasing, decreasing, or a fluctuating trend. Now, how do you do this problem? We look at the perform. So, calculation of trend percentages. So the performer goes like this. So the performer goes like this. We have a serial number, we take the particulars, we take the years, we take the amount, and we calculate the trend percentage. For example, I am going to the balance sheet liability side. I take one. The first transaction I take is share capital. I take the data for a couple of years. Say I have taken the data for say 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007. So I have taken the data for 5 years. Then what do I take the amounts of share capital for the respective years. I take the amount of the share capital for the respective years, and now I calculate the trend percentage. So particulars are given at the problem, year is given at the problem, amount is given at the problem, how to calculate trend percentage. Trend percentage is equal to individual year amount by base year amount into 100. So this is the formula for calculating percentages. Now the question comes, what is the base year? What is the base year? Always the first year in the data is always taken as the base year. Always the first year in the data is always taken as the base year, and the trend percentage for base year is always 100. The first year is taken as the base year. Suppose you take data for 2000, 2001, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005. 2000 would be the base year. Suppose you take the trend data for 1997, 1998, 1999, 2000, 2001. The first year, 1997, that year is always the first year is considered as a base year. So here the base year will be 2003 will be the base year, the first year, and always the trend percentage will be 100. Now how do you calculate the other percentages? So 2004 amount divided by base year amount into 100. 2005 amount divided by base year amount into 100. 2006 amount divided by base year amount into 100. 2007 amount divided by base year amount into 100. Like that you calculate the trend percentages. Like that. That's the first transaction. Suppose the next transaction we have selected is transaction number 2 is reserves. Same thing, you take the data from the respective years, you take the amount and you calculate the percentage. Suppose the transaction was, third transaction we took was long-term borrowings. Long-term borrowing. Similarly, you take the data for, you take the years, you take the amounts for all the years and you calculate the trend percentage. So this is the performer for calculating trend percentage, and this percentage can either show an increasing trend, or it can show a decreasing trend, or it can show a fluctuating trend, and accordingly we can make a decision. Suppose if this trend percentage, if it is an income, if the income is continuously increasing 100, 150, 200, 225, then it is a good sign because incomes are increasing. Okay, in the decreasing trend, if your loans are decreasing from 100, it became 80, it became 75, it became 60, then for liability, if the loans are decreasing, then it is a good sign because we are able to repay all our loan and we want to be debt free. So we can make a decision accordingly. So the trend, the percentage either can be an increasing, decreasing, or a fluctuating trend. So this is the proforma for calculating trend percentages. So now we'll look at the problem from the worksheet. So let's go to a worksheet and take a problem from the worksheet. Problem number 9. So take your worksheet, come to problem number 9 and let's read the problem. Calculate the trend percentages, calculate trend percentage from the following information, taking the year 2008 as the base year. Even if the problem is not saying, we always take the first year as the base year. So he has given some transactions. He has essentially taken some important current liabilities. He took short term because scope of judgment was with regard to current liabilities. So we took only those transactions which are important in current liability for that kind of business. We took short-term borrowings, trade payables, other current liabilities. So in the particulars column, what is the first thing we have? Short-term. Okay, this is solution. This is solution for problem number 9. The heading is calculation of trend percentage. Serial number, particulars, year, amount and percentage. So we took short-term borrowing. Second, he has taken trade payables. And third, he has taken other current liabilities. borrowing is taken as the current liabilities. So usually what happens is under comparative and common we take all the transactions in the balance sheet. We take shareholders fund, non-current liability, non-current asset, current assets. But based on the scope of judgment, they took only those transactions which are important. Here they only took current liability. Even in current liability, they didn't take all the current liabilities. They took only those current liabilities which are significant from the scope of decision making. That's the first thing. Then they took the data for how many years? They took for 4 years. So it is 2008, 9, 2008, 9, 10, 11. So everywhere the data is taken for 4 years. 8, 9, 10, 11. Similarly here also 8, 9, 10, 11. After that we collect the data for a couple of years, generally 4 years plus. So here for short-term borrowings for the first year is 2 lakhs. For the next year it is 3 lakhs. For the next year it is 4 lakhs. For the next year it is 5 lakhs. Similarly, if you take the next thing, trade payables, for the first year it is 50,000. Second year it is 40,000. Next it is 80,000. And next it is 1 lakh. Similarly, take the amounts for other current liabilities accordingly. Now we have to calculate the trend percentage. So until now we didn't have any problem because this is given at the problem, years are mentioned at the problem, amounts also are given at the problem. And what did I say always? Always the first year is the base year. The first year is the base year. And always the trend percentage for the base year is going to be 100%. The trend percentage for the base year is going to be 100%. Now how do you get 100%? Individual year amount 2 lakhs by base year amount 2 lakhs into 100. 2 lakhs by 2 lakhs into 100 gives you 100%, like that. So blindly you can take always the base year percentage to be 100%. Now let us go and calculate the rest of the percentage. Now we take for 2009. What is the percentage? How do you get? Individual year amount 3 lakhs divided by base year amount 2 lakhs into 100. Now come to 2010. Individual year amount, how much is it? 4 lakhs divided by base year amount, how much is it? 2 lakhs into 100. Now come to 2011. Individual year amount, that is 5 lakhs divided by base year amount, that is 2 lakhs into 100. So this is how we calculate the trend percentages. So now the percentages are 100%. So this is finished. So this is giving 150%. This is giving 200%. And this is giving 250%. Yeah, so this is giving 150%, this is giving 200%, and this is giving 250%. Now similarly, when you come to the next problem, how do you calculate? Individual year amount, that is 40,000 divided by base year amount, that is 50,000 into 100. So this is giving 80%. Now come here, individual year amount 80,000 divided by base year amount 2 lakhs. So again come here, individual year amount 40,000 divided by base year amount 50,000 into 100. That gives us 80%. Individual year amount is 80,000 divided by base year amount, that is 50,000 into 100. So that is giving us 160%. Now come to your individual year amount 1 lakh divided by base year amount 50,000 into 100. So that's giving us 200%. So like this we calculate the trend percentages. So for other current liabilities, I think you can go and complete it. Now if you look at this trend, it is 100, 150, 200, 250. It is an increasing trend. The percentage is continuously increasing. Therefore, it is an increasing trend. Now if you look at the next percentage, 100, it decreased to 80, it increased to 160, then increased to 200, increased, sorry, decreased, then increased. So this is a fluctuating trend. So for short-term borrowings, we had an increasing trend, whereas for trade payables, we had a fluctuating trend. So like that, we need to calculate it, and later on, depending upon the transaction, we can analyze it and make an appropriate decision. So you can complete the same format, the same procedure for other current liabilities. You can complete it, and with this we conclude the third chapter, that is common size financial statements. So we completed 3 chapters. First was financial statement of companies, then we completed comparative financial statements, then we completed common size financial statements. So I hope you understood it. I hope it's very easy, and thank you.